So today's it's Tuesday, the 28th of February, 2023. Had no bad sleep. Pain was okay during the night, but we were up early because I had the dreaded appointment at the Liver Transplant Clinic to see what they were saying and what was going to happen in the way forward. So the appointment was at 10:15. So we went in, usual, got the weight taken, blood pressure taken. I'd lost 8 kilos in weight since I got discharged from hospital last Tuesday. So that was good news. So it just shows that it was just all sort of retained fluid and loads of poo. Not a nice subject, but hey, it's a natural body function. So we then went in to see the consultant, who I'd seen before. She was really, really nice, and there with the coordinator as well. And the reason for the phone call was on Friday was that I'd actually been suspended from the list, the transplant list, after their multi what would you call it? It's where all the different people get, all the different surgeons, physios, anaesthetists, surgeons all get together and discuss your case. And it was decided at that point, because of the back, was obviously going to cause a lot of issues. They were a bit concerned about my weight gain, and also about the multidisciplinary meeting, that's what it's called. My weight gain, and also about my ability to recover from the op, and my fitness level had dropped. Hence the reason for being suspended. And I got told that today that I was suspended from the list, not being taken off it. I've just been suspended temporarily just now. I'll get into that in a minute. So today, after speaking with her, I went and got some, they explained why, the reason, obviously, as I've just said, about why they took me off the list, which is fine. And I could fully understand why. I then went to see the phlebotomist, or whatever you call them, to get some bloods taken. They took 10 vials of blood, OV vials, so there's 10 of them taken, so doing like a full MOT as well. And after that, I then went to see the physio, who I saw the physio. Or did I see the physio first? Anyway, so the physio, the anaesthetist. I think I saw the physio first, I saw the anaesthetist first, sorry, got it wrong. Anaesthetist first, where they came in, one of the head ones came in and discussed the situation as well, that due to the concerns on my back, would I survive a transplant? Their thoughts were no. They were concerned my fitness levels had dropped. The pain in the back would hinder recovery, so that would be a no-go situation as well. And again, suspended from the list, seeing where things are going to go. Is they were pleased that things are progressing. I'm not using my sticks as much. I'm easy to get in the chair. I'm cutting down on the meds I'm taking, so that's all getting better. I can walk a lot better than I was. Getting out of bed's a lot easier. Not 100% perfect yet, but getting there. And then, as he said, that taking off the list, it might be that they decide that it's one of those unfortunate situations where if you do go back on the list, because of the size of me, I might not actually get the transplant stage, even though I'm on the list. They might not find a liver before it's too late and I cack it. But it's one of those things, and it's one of those things I just got to explain to you, that it can happen, and it has happened in the past, that people don't actually get to the transplant while they're waiting on the list. So after all that was done, few upset moments there, but we got through that, and then they've then spoke to the physio who came in and did the strength tests. I mean, it's basically a big heavy weight thing you put in your hand, the grip, and you have to pull it as hard as you possibly can. I was pulling 51, 52 kilos. You do it 3 times, and I was pulling 51, 52 kilos each time. So that was really, really good. So that, although previously I was doing 55, 52 is not that big a drop, so they're not concerned with that. I do still have the strength. My standing up out the seat, where you're sitting in the seat, your arms crossed, and you stand up. Again, you used to do 5 as quick as you can. Previously it was 9 seconds, this time it was 14 seconds. But again, as I said to them, if it was this time last week, there's no way I'd have managed to even do one of them. So things are progressing there as well, in a good way. And she was really pleased with that as well. And also my balance. So doing like a wee kind of lunge for 10 seconds. And then you stand with one foot in front of the other for like 10 seconds. I managed them. So she was really pleased. Where I'm not in the category robust, I'm just on that sort of borderline where it is, she can't see any issues with strength wise and any issues where it's going to hinder going through transplant because of strength wise, because the strength is there. Also, I got asked if I'd be prepared to do the I was going to say spin bike, but it's not really a spin bike. It's where they put you on a bike and they've got you all monitored up. They've got all the monitors on you, thing around your waist. You've got a big breathing mask on, a blood pressure thing on, a thing for taking your blood oxygen levels as well. It's usually a finger doofer thing, but it was on the air this time. So they do that, and you have to keep it between 60 and 70 revs. And you have to do it as long as you possibly can. And what it does is it starts off quite easily, and then just increase the resistance. And at the point where you say enough's enough, that's when you basically stop. Again, I said to them, the only thing that concerns me wise was my dry mouth. As you can probably tell, I've got a really dry mouth again just now. Give me a second. Just to get a wee drink here. I know it's Iron Brew. I shouldn't be drinking Iron Brew, but hey ho. So I said that's what would stop me. So I took a big massive gulp of water before I went on the bike. So again, it was on the bike. I mean, it was about 5 minutes before I got started, so my mouth was already starting to dry up anyway. My breathing was okay, and about 10-12 minutes into it, the resistance was getting stronger, but I was maintaining the 65 to 70 revolutions. It got to about 15 minutes in, I'm going, I can't breathe anymore, I need to stop, I can't breathe. Obviously by that point, panic starts to set in because you can't get a breath because your mouth is so dry. So basically they stopped the test, they gave me my drink of water, and as soon as I took my drink of water I was back to being fine again. But it's too late then. So I did say to them at the start, if there was any way they could put a straw in my water so I can just keep my mouth moist, there wouldn't be any issues. But they says no, everything is absolutely fine. A little bit down on last results they did back in July, but again, the disease has progressed since then, obviously, but it's still a really good fitness test. So they weren't too concerned about that as well. So what happens now is they all go to the multidisciplinary meeting on Friday. They then discuss my case again, and on Friday I will receive a phone call at some point in the afternoon, probably late afternoon, early evening, as to what the next stages are, whether I'm being kept on, if I'm being still suspended from the list, I've been taken off the list permanently, or I'm back on the list. So there's the three options, and I'll find that out on Friday. So until then, it is still quite a bit nerve-wracking. Plays a bit lot with your head, because if you get taken off the list, it is basically you're into palliative care, and you just have to treat the symptoms as best as you can and make you as comfortable as you possibly can for the rest of the time you've got. But hopefully we won't go down that route. But my thinking is as well, if they do put me back on the list, which is, I do pray and hope that does happen, that the transplant isn't far away after it. And I don't think it would be, personally. But again, that's my personal thoughts, my thinking. So it's been quite a hard, emotional day. We were at hospital from 9:30, and we didn't get home till probably about 3:30, just doing tests. By the time I got home, my back was starting to really get sore. I'd missed sort of 1-2 o'clock painkillers, which is just paracetamol and a quick release oxycodone, 5 milligrams. So again, when I came home, took that, things settled down again, and I'm back to being just able to move about quite happily again. So that was that, and that's where we are just now. So again, I don't really know anymore until Friday, and I'll find out more Friday what's happening. I'll probably wait and do an update on Friday. Depends on what they tell me, and do a late update and post it to YouTube. All good news, I'll post it. If it's not good news, I mean, once we get ourselves settled, we might do it on Saturday. But anyway, we'll leave it there just now, and fingers crossed, and hope for the best. So thanks everybody for listening, and I'll speak to you all tomorrow. Thank you. Bye.